Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about the process called electron transport chain, which is also called ETC. So, the electron transport chain is a series of protein complexes and other molecules embedded in the inner mitochondrial membrane in eukaryotes or the plasma membrane in prokaryotes. That plays a crucial role in cellular respiration. So, its primary function is to transfer electrons from the molecules of NADH and FADH2 produced during earlier stages of cellular respiration like glycolysis and the citric acid cycle or Krebs cycle, to oxygen, ultimately generating a proton gradient used to produce ATP. Okay, so the first step of electron transport chain is the electron donation. NADH and FADH2, which carry high energy electrons, donate these electrons to the electron transport chain. So, this is why NADH and FADH2, while losing and donating these electrons, they become NAD plus and FAD. NADH donates its electron to complex 1, NADH dehydrogenase, while FADH2 donates electrons to complex 2. So, the second step is called electron transfer. Electrons are passed through a series of proteins and cofactors in the chain. This includes complex 1, complex 2, complex 3, and complex 4. As electrons pass through these complexes, energy is released, which is used to pop protons, as we can see here, H+, across the inner mitochondrial membrane into the intermembrane space. Third step is proton gradient formation. So the bumping of protons creates a proton gradient, meaning that higher concentration of H plus ions in the intermembrane space is higher, and the concentration of H plus ions in the mitochondrial matrix is lower. So, we say that electron transport chain is oxygen-dependent stage, and here is why. At the end of the chain, electrons are transferred to oxygen, the final electron acceptor, which combines with protons to form water. This step is crucial because it prevents the backup of electrons in the chain, ensuring the smooth flow of the entire process. And the final step of the electron transport chain is ATP synthesis. The proton gradient created by the electron transport chain is used by the enzyme ATP synthase, which we can see right here. So, ATP synthase is located in the inner mitochondrial membrane to synthesize ATP. Protons flow back into the matrix through ATP synthase, and the energy from this proton flow drives the conversion of ADP and inorganic phosphate into ATP. This process is called oxidative phosphorylation. So, summary of key points. Electron transport chain generates a proton gradient by transferring electrons from NADH and FADH to oxygen. This gradient powers ATP synthesis through ATP synthase in a process called oxidative phosphorylation. Oxygen is the final electron acceptor, and water is produced as a byproduct. The entire process is highly efficient, contributing to the majority of ATP production during cellular respiration. In summary, the electron transport chain is the central part of aerobic respiration that generates ATP, the cell's primary energy currency, by utilizing energy from high-energy electrons and creating a proton gradient that drives ATP synthesis.